Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I'm a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet. So if that interests you, please sit back and watch my video because today, my friends, I offer episode 60 of my podcast, Yarn Talk and All the Things. My friends, 60 episodes in and we are still talking about all the things. When you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and you put it together, what do you get? You get all the things. So thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you for finding me. If you are a returning viewer, member, or subscriber, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to come support my content. I really appreciate you. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you a brief rundown of today's podcast episode, and then we will get started. First and foremost, we're going to talk about all things admin. I promise we're going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Next, I have Christmas in July boxes. So last month, I went ahead and bought 2 Christmas in July boxes from Russ over at It's Raining Yarn, and we're going to go into the details about all of that. After that, I have my Maxim Quarterly Crochet Club bag here. I have no idea what's in it because it doesn't feel like there's yarn in it for some reason, which is really odd. So it feels like a pillow. It doesn't feel like there's yarn in it, so we're going to go through all the things. Hopefully there's yarn in it and it's not a pillow. So it's a crochet quarterly club situation, so I'm hoping there's things to crochet in here. We'll see. So after that, I have a finished object. Yes, before anyone says anything, it is the Chunky Monkey Market mesh bag. So I just want to show that one last time because it's going to be given away as a prize. So I want to document the whole finished object situation and the yarn I used, the technical situations behind that project. And then it will be a giveaway. So after that, I have Happy Mail. Now, normally I do a separate video just for my Happy Mail, but my schedule's jam-packed, friends. And so I had to take a little bit of this and put it with a little bit of that. So that's what this is. I am putting Happy Mail at the end of this video. If you're not interested in seeing that Happy Mail, feel free to jump off right after I do everything else. Okay, so once the Chunky Monkey Market bag is done, then I'll get into the Happy Mail and then we will end the video. So that is going to be episode 60. I hope you enjoy your stay, and let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, friends, so this is the portion of our podcast episode where we talk about all things admin. And as promised, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. So first and foremost, please, if you enjoy this podcast episode, hit the like button, consider giving me a thumbie, I'd really appreciate it. And then maybe leave a comment, tell me your favorite part of whatever it is that you saw today. And then hit the notifications to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And one final thing. Please make sure to check to see that you are still subscribed to not only me, but to some of your favorite content creators on the YouTube streets. For some odd reason, the system does a thing where it will literally unsubscribe you from your favorite people. So maybe just go in there to make sure that you're still actively subscribed. I would appreciate it. Your favorite content creators out there would appreciate it. And I know you would too, because when you log in, you want to see all of your favorite people right away. So check all the things, right? So there's that. So next, I want to talk about my Facebook group. So my Facebook group is called Juan the Yarn Addict and Friends, and as of right now, we are 3,400 strong. And so it is a very positive, uplifting group where we go in and we share our makes. We, talk about our whips, we talk about our finished objects, and it's not just about crochet. So it's any form and discipline of the fiber arts, whether it's spinning, crochet, knit, loom knitting, you name it. If you have anything at all to do with the fiber arts, come join us. Come show us your things and we'll show you our things. And maybe you can get some source of inspiration from someone else in the group. So please check that out. I do require 4 questions to be answered just to make sure that you're not a bot. And one of the admin members will let you in. So there's that. Next, I want to talk about my Ravelry. So I'm a new Ravelry person. I've had the account, but as of late, I've been now uploading my patterns to it, and it's doing pretty well. I'm very happy with what's happening on Ravelry, so feel free to check me out. It's Juan the Yarn Addict, all one word. I'm uploading my brand new patterns to that site, and so check me out, okay? And finally, my Etsy store. So if you have Etsy, if you have the app, feel free to check me out. It's Juan the Yarn Addict, all one word. That's where I go to sell my mystery boxes. So I'm still in the midst of releasing mystery boxes. I just released 30 and they all sold within, I believe, an hour and a half. So they go very quickly. So I'm telling you this now to go in there, maybe hit the heart, favorite it, so that when I drop more mystery boxes or mystery bags in there, you'll be notified. So it's first come, first serve. When I sell out, I'm out. I'm only going to be doing it for the month of July. These mystery boxes, and then I won't be doing them again until January. So every 6 months I'm going to be doing mystery boxes, and it's going to allow me to keep the inventory low enough so that I can have room to buy new things, because I want to review new yarns, new to me things, and so I don't want to run out of space. So there's that. And that wraps up everything admin. So that's good, short, sweet, and to the point. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this is the portion of my podcast episode where we talk about the Christmas and July boxes. So in the very beginning of our episode today, I mentioned that I got these boxes from Russ over It's Raining Yarn. And so I was super excited about these boxes because when I got his countdown box back in December, it was amazing. Every day it was something different. It was a lot of fun. It was an adventure, comparing and contrasting all the different kinds of yarns and things that I got out of that box. And then the present for New Year's was amazing. It was a whole bunch of mini hanks. Anyway, when he told me about these Christmas and July boxes, I was so excited that I got 2 of them. So this portion of our podcast episode is an unboxing of sorts. So today is July the 8th. I only opened up the very first day. So we have July 2nd through the 8th to do. And so we're going to do that in the next room. I'm going to put the camera over the table, and so you have a bird's eye view of what it is that I'm opening. So stay tuned. I'm going to hop over there, and I'll see you in just a second. Okay, friends. So what you're looking at right now are the days from the 2nd all the way to the 8th. So the 2nd starts here through the 7th, and then the 8th is right here. And then inside each box, you get one of these blue bags. And it says, everyone's blue bag may differ. So because we're more than halfway through, I figured let's open up one of these blue bags, and then we'll open up the other one at the very end. So we have that. And then peppered in each box are gifts. So they're labeled as such. So we will be opening up a handful of these gifts. So that is what we will be opening. So I'm going to clear the table, and we'll do one day at a time, and then we'll open up the gifts afterwards. Okay? So just 1 second. Okay, friends. So I have July the 2nd here. So before I start anything, crinkle alert. Okay? So let's go ahead and pop these open. It feels squishy, so I know it's yarn. Let's see. Ooh, red. We love a good red. So, Style Craft, 100 gram. Very nice. It's double knit DK weight. So, approximately 295 meters, 322 yards. It is machine washable and dryable. And they recommend a 4mm crochet hook for this. And the colorway is called Lipstick. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Next, let's open this one. Okay, and we have another Style Craft, and this colorway is called Stone. Same specs. Love that. So that's the 2nd. Let's move on to the 3rd. Oops. So let's put this back on here very carefully. The question of the day, can I get it back on here? Sure I can. There we go. So, okay. So this colorway here is called Walnut. I love a good brown. Look at that. That works perfectly together. Yep. Okay. Let's move on to the other one for the third. I'm going to have to do a little bit of tearing so I don't pop off the bands. Oh boy. Oh boy. Pale Rose. What do you know? Stylecraft, Pale Rose. Okay, we're going to just set that right there. Okay, so let's see. What is next here? Day 4. Where's day 4? It's 8, that's 7, that's 6. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so day 4. So this is called Magenta. The camera's not doing it justice. It's a gorgeous colorway. Love that. Okay, Magenta. And here we have the other 4th from the other box. Well, this is nice. So this here is called Sandstone. I do like this very much. Look at that. Bing, bang, boom. That is perfect. Sandstone. I do like this. Specs the same? Yes, it is. Everything's the same. Okay. So let's move on to the 5th. We're flying right through this. I'm assuming these are all Stylecraft specials, which is fine. We love a good DK weight. So we have another lipstick. Love that. Next, we have French Navy. Okay. That blue is great. All right. Moving on to day number 6. Okay, and this colorway here is called Camel. Okay, I like this. Very nice. I'm going to set that right there. Okay, so the other one for the 6th is... This one here is called Pistachio. Now, I really like this one. This is nice. And the camera is picking that up perfectly. Yep, very, very nice. We're going to set that up there. Now, we're on the 7th. Here are the ones for the 7th. Ooh, I do like this color. This one is called Saffron. Yes, I do like this one very much. Yes, Saffron. Next, what colorway are we going to find here? Okay, this is called Vintage Peach. I like this one too. All these colors can play well together for different things. That's so cool. Okay. And then last but not least, we have day 8. So let's go ahead and crack these open. We have gold. Love that. And you know what I like about all of this so far is that I only have one double so far right here. These are all different, which I think is amazing. Okay. The last one of the bunch. And here we have Mushroom. Now to me, This is more of a mauve, like a light mauve than a mushroom, because to me a mushroom is more on the gray side, but I'm not picking that up. Maybe the camera is showing more gray, but off camera I'm getting more of like a pink gray, if that makes any sense. But on camera it looks on point. So all right, so there is that. Okay, so let's go on and move on to the gifts. So here are the gifts, and what I'm going to do to save us some crinkle noise is I am going to place us on a brief pause, and I'm just going to pop off the plastic. I'm going to take everything out of the plastic and leave everything in the tissue paper, and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, friends, so I'm back. I just took scissors and cut the ties off, so we're good. Let's slide this one out and open this one. What do you know? Creations by Jax. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? Ugh, this is so good. Look at that. I love this. That's gorgeous. So there's that. Let's see what is next. What's in here? I'm wondering what's in the tin. Oh, yes. Perfect. We could always use these. I love the tin too. All right, next, let's take a look at the things. I love this box. Very nice. Ooh, these are always good to have. You can hold things up. We love a good clip. So that's nice. Another place to keep stitch markers. I love that. Okay. Let's go to this one. Ooh, I have another Creations by Jax. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Ugh, I love this. These are oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? What do you know? I'm a classically trained musician. What are the odds of me getting this stitch marker? This is so good. Perfect. I was meant to have these. Okay. So last but not least, let's go ahead and open this. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is so good. Look at this. This is so good. Let's do this. I want to see what's on the inside. Oh, yes. This is so good. I love this. Yep. 1000% yes, this. I love that. Okay, so these are the gifts that I got so far, and honestly, I am blown away by all these beautiful things. My sister from another Mr. Jax. Wow. Love all the things. Okay, so let me slide this over here, and let's go ahead and get into this. So let me place us on a brief pause. I'm going to clear the table to make room for this bag, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so here we are. I have the blue bag, and I did crack it open just to save us some time, but I don't know what's in it yet. So let's go ahead and pull the things out. Willow Yarns Wheels. This is super soft and squishy. So the color name is Eden. And what else do we know about this? So this is 70 acrylic and 30 wool. It is a DK weight number 3. Let's see, it's suggesting a 3.75 millimeter. US letter F. And let's see. It's wash by hand, lay flat to dry. So there's that. Okay, beautiful. Love the colors. What else do we have? Oh, it's so nice. We get it twice. I love that. So we have twins. Perfect. Look at this. Are you kidding me? I love it. I don't have one of these. This is my very first one. It's a Karen cloud cake. And 760 yards, 695 meters, 100% polyester, machine washable and dryable. And it is recommending a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. It's a medium 4. And I'm assuming they're saying it's a 4 because of this halo. But the halo is actually quite nice. I never thought I'd say that. But it's actually not bad, this halo. And it feels super soft. And look at that. Soft and squishy. I love that. I've never worked with this before. I've always walked past it. And I honestly don't know why. But yeah. So that's super cool. What is the colorway name here? So Poison Ivy is the colorway name. Poison Ivy. Well, this is nice. Okay. So that pretty much sums up the box, the Christmas box. So super excited. So all we have left are days 9 through 13. So we will pick that up at another date. So that is it for this one. So let's go ahead and go back into the studio to continue the rest of our podcast. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this is the portion of the podcast episode where I talk about the Mary Maxim Quarterly Crochet Club. So I signed up for this club about a year ago, I think, maybe a little longer. Before I started the channel, I was a part of that club. And so every 3 months, I receive this package. I have no idea what's in it, but this time around, it feels like a pillow. I'm not exactly sure why, but the package, first of all, is larger than it normally is, and it's very, very soft. So I'm curious. Now, I still have the last one. I haven't had a chance to work it because I've had so much on my hook, but this is the last one. And so I'm used to receiving packages like this where you have this bag and the yarn and the pattern is inside. Now this one here was called, or is called, Fading Something or Another. Let me see. It's folded over so I can't see the full name. So it's called Fading Flowers Throw. So this was the last one that I received 3 months ago. It's gorgeous. And so they give you all of the yarn for the project inside of this bag. And so it's $24.99 every 3 months. And so you get 4 of these a year. And they're spaced appropriately enough for you to be able to complete the project before the next one comes. So there is that. Again, this does not feel like that. So I'm curious, and now we're going to finally put it to rest. So, let's go ahead and open the bag, friends. Wow, okay. So, it is a bag. It didn't feel like it. So, what is this? This is the invoice. Okay. So, they've increased the price. So, it's now $29.99. It used to be $24.99, so it's now $30, and then the shipping is still the same, $4.99. So I paid $34.98, which honestly, it's a really great deal. So let's take a look at the things. So this is called an heirloom lapgan, and there are these 4 huge balls of yarn. So let's crack this open and look at everything inside here. I'm curious as to what kind of yarn this is. Okay, so it looks like it is a medium 4 weight yarn. I have no idea what kind of yarn this is, other than a medium 4 in like a taupe colorway. I kind of like to know what kind of yarn I'm working with before I work with it, but it's like a taupe, like a taupey brown, tan. So there is that. I don't know how much there is per ball here. About yay much, right? I don't know. I have no idea. So it's a little bit of a letdown, but I'm sure they wouldn't send a kit and not give you enough yarn. So it says approximately 41 inches by 53.5 inches. So, okay. I'll give you a close-up view of the actual pattern. Lots of texture there. All the same color. All the same color. So that is what we're looking like there. And so it's an intermediate pattern, which honestly, friends, everything is simple if you just break it down. You know, it's just a matter of how you interpret the pattern. So it says intermediate right there. So let's flip this open and see. So the yarn, unbanded worsted weight. Okay, so that's intentional. Unbanded worsted weight yarn, medium 4, 16 ounces, 1,020 yards per ball. And it calls for 4 balls, which we have. We have the 4 balls. And the colorway is taupe. See, it says taupe. So that is awesome. Recommended crochet hook is an H of 5mm or size needed for gauge. So the gauge is 15 stitches to 4 inches and rows 1 through 26 at 7 inches. Okay. So yes, and then the recipe is throughout. And then here's an image. It's a closer view of the pattern with the border. So to me, it looks like a stitch sampler blanket, which I love doing those. I've had my winter cowl was a stitch sampler. My spring cowl was a stitch sampler. So I'm very used to this. I'm wondering if it repeats. It looks like it repeats. So we'll see. Okay. It's not so bad after all. At least I know the yardage, I know the colorway officially, but each one of these balls is 1,020 yards. Is it a 1-pounder? It doesn't say what kind of, yes, it is a 1-pounder, 16 ounces. So yeah, instincts kick in. It's muscle memory, friends, you know? So that's cool. All right, so let me go ahead and just put all the things back. So normally, like before I started the channel, I had this challenge for myself to get the kit and work the kit and complete it before the next one came in. And of course, when I first started the club, I would finish this in like 2 weeks. But then again, it could have been the pattern that I got before. Like every time you receive one of these kits, you get something completely different. I mean, this one here looks nothing like this one. So it's very different. So there is that. Let me just sit that over here. And so there you have it. All right, I'm going to place this on a brief pause, and then I'm going to pull out all the stuff for the next segment. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this is the portion of the podcast episode where we talk about finished objects. And so for episode 60, I want to talk about the Chunky Monkey Market mesh bag. So this particular bag has been a test of patience and a labor of love. So I had the bag done weeks and weeks ago. I went to save the file and it deleted. I had to go to the cloud, wherever that is, and retrieve what I could find, which was only about 25% of the actual project. So this was the actual bag that I used for the tutorial. Okay. Now, originally I had the entire bag done up to here. I went to go save it and it vanished. I went to the cloud and I was only able to retrieve up to here. So I took a day or two to relax my mind because I was very frustrated. I had already been talking about it. Everyone knew I was making it. So I had no choice but to press on. So I went ahead and frogged the entire bag all the way down to the brown. And I had to start over again. So I re-recorded the bag all the way up to here. And then I said to myself, how long is this tutorial so far? And I look and it's 1 hour and 13 minutes and I hadn't even done the handles yet. So in fear of losing the file, I stalled. I'm like, okay, I'm not pressing forward until I know what's going to happen, because if I go ahead and add on to this file, there's a chance that I could lose this whole 1 hour and 13 minute video. So it wasn't until recently that I had a bunch of people come to me, friends, viewers, subscribers, members. They all came to me and said, Juan, release what you have, make it a part 1, and then start fresh with a part 2 and finish the project. And I said, you know what? That's an amazing idea. Let's do it. And so I did, and here it is. And so the Chunky Monkey Market mesh bag. So it is all the things. It's lots of fun. It works up super fast. So the original, which is funny because I crocheted the original completely off camera. I was actually hanging out with friends when I started doing this. I started this, I was, just hanging out, and I came up with it. And so, yeah, I had this done. I started overnight. Like, I was hanging out with friends, like I said, about 8 at night. And then the next morning, I was done by like 1 in the afternoon. It was just so addicting. Like, I just could not put this down. So, yeah, it works up super fast. Anyway, let's get into the specs of the situation. Now, I had mentioned that you need 2 cones, peaches and cream, 2 of these together. Now, the colorway that I used was chocolate milk. So, yes. Now, one of these is 674 yards. So, again, I ran both of these together, hence the name Chunky, because a medium 4-weight yarn, we wanted a 5. So 2 4s make a 5. So this is what I had left after I made the hat and the bag. So out of 674 yards, I probably used about 600 yards for the bag and the hat. So there is that. Now, for the tutorial, I used Mainstays cotton yarn. Now, I used the white, and then this colorway here, what is this called? This is called Brownstone. So I used these 2. Now, what I did was I went ahead and got 4 of these and 4 of these. And I just made the hat first with all white. Here it is. So all white in the hat. I could have alternated the colors, but I was thinking, like, it's summer, it's warm weather, the lighter colors reflect the heat, the sun, or whatever, so I thought, okay, let's just keep this white. And so, yeah, it's very meshy, very airy, and then here's the bag that goes with it. See? So there you have it. Very nice. Anyway, it takes about 600 yards to do the project. Now, I used a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook for the entire project. And I do want to say that the tutorial was a labor of love, because I made sure to take my time going through the entire bottom here. We used stitch markers, and I went every round to just make sure that it was perfect. And so you can kind of see the design of it. I mean, it's just an oval, but every stitch is accounted for. Okay? So from there we did twins in a stitch, which is here, twins in a stitch, and then we did this mesh wall here, and then we went back to twins in a stitch, and then double crosses. And I included those because these are some of my favorite stitches. I really do enjoy working projects up in these stitches here. I did another wall to kind of balance off the bottom, and then I did 5 rounds of single crochet here, and then that was it for the bag. So then it was time to make the handles. So all I did was I measured equally from both sides, attached on 7 single crochets wide, went 25 rows high, connected them at the top, and then went around the borders of both inside and outside in white, the opposing color. And then I walk you through how to make this nice and curved on all the sides. So yeah, it's super nice. It's very nice, actually. So there's that. Now, these are actually going to be washed up and bagged up very nicely, and they're going to be part of giveaways. So I'm still trying to figure out which giveaway this should be for. So should this be for my birthday giveaway, or should this be for a milestone giveaway, or just a random replay giveaway? So sound off in the comments and tell me what you think. I think these are special. Maybe one could be for the birthday giveaway, the other one could be for a milestone giveaway. I'm not exactly sure. I'm curious to know what you guys think. So now, this particular yarn here, if you're not familiar with Mainstay's 100% cotton yarn, it is a medium 4-weight yarn. And again, when you run 2 4s together, you automatically make a 5-weight yarn, a chunky yarn. So this here suggests a 5mm crochet hook. When you put 2 together, you can very comfortably use a 6.5mm crochet hook. So one of these equates to about 180 yards, and it's 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. So this is so much softer than Peaches and Cream. But the one thing that I will tell you is that even though this is rough, once you wash it and you include fabric softener, it softens up very nicely. So there's that. But at first touch, this is super, super soft. And I would imagine that if you used fabric softener for this, it would come out even softer than this. So there is that. Now, when you work up the bag, feel free to use whatever yarn you want, honestly. Now, I went with cotton because I feel like in my mind it's more durable, but work up the project however you would like. So again, I do recommend cotton, just saying. So there is that, my friends. That is the finished object. I'm super happy that I've been able to document that. Episode 60, Chunky Monkey Market Mesh Bag. And the hats. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to place this on a brief pause, and we're going to jump off to Happy Mail. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so welcome to the last portion of this podcast, which is Happy Mail. So normally I record my Happy Mail separately from my podcast episodes, but to save time, I decided to pair them together. So I say all of that to say, if you sent me Happy Mail and you're not seeing it in this particular episode, don't worry, I'm going to be doing more Happy Mail sections in other podcasts throughout the month of July. Okay? So with that being said, let's jump into this first piece of Happy Mail, which I have on my lap, and it's opened to just save us some time, and this is what's inside the box. So I have vintage yarns. So vintage solids. I'm super excited. I'm going to show you all the things in just a second. And so inside was a letter, and I did get permission to read the letter. So I'm going to paraphrase to just save us some time. Okay, so it says, "Hi Juan, I found this vintage yarn in my stash when I went through it, and I thought I could share it with you." So then she goes on to say that she is downsizing, she's moving, so she thought of me. And so if I don't have a use for it, I could use it for giveaways, or I could give it to the seniors. So there is that. And let me just show you some of these yarns. So there are 3 little skeins here of Brunswick Bambini yarns. This is baby wash and wear, 100% acrylic, and I would imagine that this is a 2-weight yarn. This is vintage. It doesn't have any UPC codes on here, so I'm assuming that this was before the CYC was created, but this is what it's looking like here. And let's see if there's a colorway. Baby Rose is the colorway. Super nice. I'll set that right there. Then there are 3 skeins of this Crochet yarn. This is French yarn, made in France. So this is 82% acrylic and 18% nylon. And here it says made in France, and it is super soft and squishy. It's like a squishy sponge. And there is no name for the color, but I want to say like a light tangerine, maybe, right? Interesting. And then here we have another acrylic yarn, no band, but it is a shade of pink. And then here we have the red heart that she was talking about. I can tell you it's red heart, I can feel it. 2 in the light blue, but they're 2 different shades maybe, or 2 different lots. Yep. And then we have a mint green. And then we have a regular, like, solid green. And then we have this color here, which I'm not exactly sure what the name of this colorway is, but that's good. I love it. And yes, the seniors will love it too. So let me go ahead and put these in here, just so they don't get lost. So thank you so much for this vintage yarn. It's going to be put to great use. Okay, so let me put that with this. Okay, next, let's see what we have here. Okay, next I have Happy Mail from my sister from another mister, Nancy, over at She's Got Yarn. She sent me Happy Mail here. Let me just open this up. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's a llama bag. I took everything out. It's a llama bag. Love that, the little llamas. Inside, there's a note here. It says, "Hey Juan," handwritten note. Love you, little brother, Nancy. And then it says, "Hey Mom." I love that. So good. Let me set that there. And then here we have t-shirts. Juan the Yarn Addict. I love it. So we have this one here in a blue and a white. And then here's this one here in a gray and black. Oh, this is nice. And she remembered my size. That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Nancy. I love it. It's perfect. Ugh, love it. Okay, let me go ahead and put us on a brief pause. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this next piece of Happy Mail comes to us from Sarah. So Sarah sends, and I've already pre-opened it to save us some time. Sarah sends us 2 skeins of Red Heart with Love in the colorway Fruit Punch. So she must have seen me working on my birthday blanket and thought maybe I could use some more. So she sent me these 2. I love this yarn. It is so good. So thank you so much, Sarah. So in addition to that, she also sends me a granny square. So this granny square is in the colorway Seafoam, and this is Caron Twirl, I believe. Caron Jumbo Twirl. So the members of my channel are actually putting together squares for me so that I can assemble them for my couch in the squirrel's nest. So thank you so much, Sarah. Okay, and so with that is a handwritten letter. So I'm actually just going to read a bit of the beginning and a bit of the end, okay? So it says, "Dear Juan, if you choose, you can read this to your viewers. My name is Sarah, and I made a granny square that reminds me of the beach because it's seafoam color. I am from Florida, so I am a Florida girl through and through, and that square fits my personality. If you cannot use this granny square in the blanket, just keep it and maybe The granny square will remind you of the beach or of a vacation. Well, it's going in the blanket because I love it. It's all the things. So I'm going to skip over to the end. And it says, Juan, your mom and you have helped me get my Crochet back. I recently saw a video where you're making a birthday blanket with some of the discontinued Red Heart with Love yarn. So the only way I knew how to thank you is to send this yarn your way. I am a yarn addict like you, Juan, so I have plenty of yarn. I hope this Red Heart with Love will help you with your birthday blanket. Hashtag Kindness Matters 2024. I love it. Sincerely, Sarah. And then it says, P.S. I'm so glad my cousin Lynn told me about your YouTube videos. Now Mama Wilma and you are my family. I love that. It's so good. You never know who you're impacting until you're told. So I really appreciate this letter. More than you know. So I'm going to put the letter with the square. And then I'm going to put these two skeins with the rest of my blanket. And just so I can show you guys, this is where I'm at. Shameless plug, right? I wasn't going to show it, but why not? So this is where I'm at so far. It's so nice. There we go. Yep. We're making progress, friends. It's going to be a very, very large blanket. And I can't wait for it to be done so I can hold it up back there and just show you all the things. I'm excited. All right. So let's move on to the next piece of Happy Mail, but let me organize first. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this next piece of Happy Mail comes to us from a good friend of mine. Her name is Kim, and I'm laughing because I was on a live and my phone overheated, and so I ran to my freezer, and I finished not one live, but multiple lives in my freezer to allow my phone to cool down because it gets super, super hot here. So anyway, she sends me ice packs. So I can take the ice pack and put it on the back of the phone so that way we stay nice and cool and I don't have to worry about overheating. So this is perfect, and there's 7 of them. So yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This is definitely going to come in handy. So thoughtful. Thank you, Kim. And this is Kim S. There's a lot of Kims on the YouTube streets. So Kim S, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into the next piece of Happy Mail that comes to us from Linda. So here's the card. It says, open on camera. Okay to say name. So Linda. And then the sticker on the back says, do what makes your soul shine. It's such a thoughtful sticker. I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and open this. And then it says, is it hot in here? Oh. Okay, so it says, is it hot in here? And then it goes, or is it you? Happy birthday, hot stuff. And that's giving me what I needed to give me. Wow, okay. So on the side here, it says, I found this several months ago and held on to it for you. Have a great month and year. You deserve the best. Your friend for life, Linda P. So thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and put this back in here. I love that. Okay. So I took the contents of the package and put them on the table right here. So first and foremost, she too sent me a square. And this is her square for my blanket that I'm creating for the squirrel's nest. It's beautiful. So this is Loops and Threads Facets in the colorway Electric. And this is a medium 4-weight yarn. Very, very nice. Love this. Okay. All right. I'll set that over there. And then she also sends me some Crochet yarn. So this is a number 2 weight yarn, and these are 50-gram balls. Super, super nice. And they do suggest, let's see, they suggest a 3 millimeter crochet hook. So yeah, it was so nice that she sent 2 of them. So when you run 2 of the 2 weights together, it becomes a 3-weight yarn. And while I don't really work with 2-weight yarns, I do for sure work with 3-weight yarns. So that's how I'll be working it, 2 at a time. Very nice. Thank you so much, Linda. The possibilities are endless. I can do tons of things with this. Okay, so there's that. And then in the package, she sends me stickers. So very inspirational, you know. So you are a whole snack, expect good things, kindness is magic, let your light shine. So good. Thank you so much, Linda. And so with the note for the yarn, she put, just something small to let you know I'm thinking of you. Keep smiling and giggling. Love you and Mama Wilma. So thank you for that. And then finally, she sends these little containers of things. So let's take a quick look. So this is sugar-free hazelnut coffee enhancer. I've never used these. I'm curious to know what these are like. And then this is sugar-free caramel. So there's a note in here that says, have you tried these? I love using them. Add them to coffee, pudding, tea, pie filling. Think outside the box. A little goes a long way. You can add more to taste, but you cannot remove. Okay, good to know. And thank you for the sugar-free. Since I'm a diabetic, I can't have the sugar, so thank you. I'm definitely going to try it. And I can smell it. It's so good. It's the hazelnut one that I smell. Wow. Yay. Okay. Thank you again, Linda. I really appreciate it. Let me set that right there. Okay. Let's place us on a brief pause. I'll be right back. Okay, friends. So I have one final package to open up. Now, I just cracked the top. So this is coming to us from Chris. So it says, you may say my name. It's written on the bag. I love that. So I cracked it open, and look what I find. Vintage variegated yarn. Yay! I am excited. Oh, wow. Look, and there's recipes in here. Oh, no. Oh, yes. This is so good. So I collect these because there are recipes on here. This is so good. So this is Natura Windtuck. Look at that recipe for that blanket. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, that's going to be a thing. We'll see. I don't know for sure. But on the, look, there's a recipe. Oh, this is good, Chris. Thank you so much. And then Nature, oh, look at this one. Oh, yeah. Blast from the past. Can you imagine taking these vintage designs and then fusing in, like, our style of today? And you know what? It might even be great to just work the vintage pattern as it is. There's this one here. It's very classic. Let's see. This is Lily Sugar and Cream recipe. It looks like a washcloth. Yeah, washcloths. Very nice. It's a knit, and then there's another one there in the back that's crochet. It's like a spiked granny, it looks like. I'll have to take a look at that later. And then these are the same, which that's fine. These ones are the same. I've already shown you those. And then there's this one here. Super nice. Okay, so now let's look at the yarn. So this here is Pebble. Colorway is Pebble, Red Heart. It's like a striped yarn. Pebble. Love that. Feels so good. Okay. Okay, so I don't have a name for this, but we have pink and gray. All right. Love how that feels. Let me set that right there. Okay. Next we have the red, green, and white mistletoe. I don't know if it's exactly mistletoe, but that's what it is today. It's the mistletoe from yesteryear. So there is that. Thank you, Chris. And then here, what is this one? This is teal ombre. I actually have several skeins of this in the other room that I have yet to wind up. So I may fuse this in with some of the other ones. Rose teal ombre. Very nice. It's funny how the ombre yarns from yesteryear look nothing like like that. My goodness, how times changed. So now we have another skein of pebble. It's so nice that we have it twice. Love that for us. Yay. Okay, next we have green shades. I actually remember this name because I had some in the other room. Green shades. Very nice. Here we have a ball of variegated yarn. I don't know the exact name right off the top of my head. And I don't see a name on the band. So you can make heads or tails out of that. It looks like it's like baby colors. So like pastels. We have some of this. I have some of this in the other room. I can't remember the name though. It's country something. But it's very nice. I like that. Look at this. This is called Delightful. Red Heart with Love. Delightful. That's so awesome. It's very squish. And that's what really put me onto these yarns. It's very squishy. And then finally, we have this beautiful ball of variegated colors, which include like, I don't think that's black. It may be like a midnight blue with teal and purple and fuchsia. That's beautiful. Definitely can work that up into the project that I'm working on. So this is so amazing. Thank you so much, Chris, for these amazing vintage variegated yarns. And the recipes. Icing on the cake. Very nice. I'm actually itching to do another session of caking it with Juan. Like coffee and cake, caking it, you know. Can't wait for that. Because I'm going to pull these out. We're going to cake them up and talk about them and things. That'll be great. So that wraps it up, my friends. If you enjoyed this podcast episode number 60, please give me a like. Consider subscribing to my channel. Do all the things that the algorithm wants us to do. Okay? It's been amazing. I love these podcast episodes. I really hope you do too. And I hope you continue to watch the future ones. And maybe watch some of the ones that I've already done. So anyway, that is it from me for now. And until the next one, take care, friends. Bye.